Hey guys, I just wanted to follow up from my video yesterday. And first of all, just say thank you for all the nice comments I got. You guys are amazing. I got all these well wishes from everybody, and I wanted to thank you for that. That was really sweet. I also got a lot of advice and people sharing their experience with shingles and that kind of thing, which was really cool. And I wanted you guys to know I went to the doctor this morning, and she confirmed that it was shingles, but she didn't tell me much that I didn't already hear from you guys. So, way to go. Kudos to you. And I'm going to live forever. All right. But the good news, or the bad news, is it is shingles. There's probably not much that any antiviral medicine can do about it right now, because apparently it's only good for the first 72 hours or so, which again, you guys said in the comments. The good news is that she said it's probably an incredibly mild case, because I kept reading online and you guys were talking about in the comments just how painful this can be, and I'm like, it hasn't been that painful. I mean, it's like an irritation, that's about it. So I kept thinking like, oh my god, am I going to wake up tomorrow morning and just be, debilitated? But she said that since I'm not having that pain yet, that it's probably not going to happen, that it's probably just going to be a really mild case and should go away in a few weeks, we hope. So I'm good, guys. Everything's all right, and I do appreciate it. I feel fine. It does seem to want to be creeping around my arm. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, right there. See, it's kind of creeping across. These are actually a little bit more painful than what's on my chest, but it's really weird. Like my arm up above it feels numb. It feels like, it's weird. It's like it feels like somebody else's arm. It's weird stuff, but anyway. The moral of the story is, kind of sucks, but I'll be okay. And I wanted to thank you guys again for everything you shared in the comments. Really quick though, the real thing I wanted to talk about here was, and I don't know if I mentioned this here on this channel or not, but I'm actually doing a speaking gig this Friday at the Video Marketing World Conference. The Video Marketing World Conference is being put on by Jeremy Vest, who is my former boss. I worked for him last year at VidPal. With him, we managed YouTube channels for major brands. I managed the YouTube channels, 3 different YouTube channels for HP, like Hewlett-Packard. That was an amazing experience. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Jeremy for kind of getting me out of my corporate job. I mean, I'd been working there for 12 years, and when I was ready to make a change, I went to him. He hired me on the spot and got me out of there, and I got to meet a lot of really great people because of him, and I got to do some really cool work because of him. I learned a ton in the year that I worked for him, and now he's got me speaking at a conference that he's putting on. And he did it last year. I didn't speak at it last year. I was kind of like just helping out. But it was kind of a small deal last year. It was 1 day long, and it was just in this one event room. This year it's at the Gaylord Texan. Anybody in the DFW area, it's a huge resort event center kind of thing. So it's going to be multiple people, lots of really big name speakers are going to be there. For those who follow YouTube land, for those who are like into YouTube marketing, that kind of thing, they've got Roberto Blake, Owen Hemsath, Amy Landino, who I actually went to the Next Up YouTube thing in New York with. Daryl Leaves is going to be one of the keynote speakers. Tim Schmoyer is going to be there. I mean, some really, really big name people are going to be speaking at this thing. And me, because of course, right? But my talk is going to be, it's going to be how to take screenwriting, or it's screenwriting tips, how to use screenwriting tricks and storytelling tricks on your YouTube channels. And I got the idea from, I've been doing screenwriting for long before I did, excuse me, I keep burping, long before I did YouTube. I did a lot of screenwriting. And I took every class you can imagine. I read every book there was out there, and of course I worked with a lot of people, and I did a lot of work, and I learned some things about how to tell stories, and especially in a visual medium. And I found that there were some parallels between that and how things work on YouTube, in terms of creating characters that people identify with and resonate with and want to follow, in terms of building tension, creating comedy, obviously. So I kind of broke down 6 different things that I learned from writing screenplays over the years, and how that applies to being successful on YouTube, growing a following on YouTube, and that kind of thing. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm still wrapping up. I need to finish it today, the presentation. I'm still working on the slides and stuff. But he will be recording it, and it will be available. I'm going to release it for my Patreon audience. So if you're following on Patreon, you'll get to see the talk whenever I get a hold of it. Otherwise, I might throw out little clips here and there, little bits and pieces. I don't know. If you're interested, you guys let me know in the comments below how interested you would be in something like that. But this is kind of cool. I thought for a while that speaking gigs might be a good direction to go in for me. I have a tiny amount of background in stand-up. That was part of the reason why I wanted to do YouTube, was because I just didn't really care for the lifestyle of every night going to open mics and being up there till 1 a.m. That's a whole other thing. But I always thought that doing speaking gigs would be a pretty good thing for me to try to do. And obviously I'm still new at it, so there's a big growth and learning curve for me to go through here. But I'm excited because this is kind of a step in that direction. Surprisingly, I just got a paid speaking gig for October through somebody I knew back in college. He's now working with this group that's like it's an association. God, I can't remember the name of it, but it's an association for local TV stations, like local broadcast TV stations, like government-run TV stations. Like every city has their own little government channel that posts the city council meetings and that kind of thing. But they just like any other content provider, they're trying to grow and trying to branch out into other areas of being available to audiences and stuff like that. So I guess they wanted to learn a little bit more about doing that on YouTube, and this guy knew me and had been following my channel, and so I got a gig. It's not paying much, but it's paying a little something, and I don't know, it's a little feather in my cap, and we'll see how that goes. I'd always thought that'd be really cool once the channel gets really big. I mean, we're talking years in the future, and there's millions of followers and that kind of thing. Should I get there? I'm just assuming this, that being able to go around and do tours and speaking gigs and live shows and stuff like that. I know a lot of podcasters that do that, and I know some YouTubers that do that. It's a really good way, first of all, just to get in front of fans and followers and people, and just kind of have that one-on-one interaction. But it's also, it's a good revenue stream if you can make it work. And I'm always looking for new ways to kind of supplement and incorporate into what I'm doing here. So the stage calls to me, guys. I got to be in the limelight. We'll see how that goes. But it's exciting. I've got 2 speaking gigs in 2 months. That's a new thing for me. Last time I did any kind of speaking gig was like 2 years ago. So that's cool. But one last thing before I shove off. I did put something about this, I guess, on Patreon. I'm going to share this on Twitter, and I need to do that. I need to do that right now, actually. But this speaking gig on Friday, it's at the Gaylord Texan over in Grapevine. So for any local people, unfortunately, you can't come see it without buying a ticket to the entire conference, which is like $700. It's really for like professional marketers and that kind of thing. So I would invite you to come watch the talk, but unless you're willing to shell out $700. Although if you are if you want to get into that space, or you're working in online marketing and that kind of thing, it would be a really great thing to go to, not just for me, but for all the people that are going to be there. But anyway, having said that, I am going to try to do a get-together, a hangout at the Gaylord after I finish the talk. Obviously, this only applies to people who are local, and I don't know how many of you that might be, but I'll be sharing this, at least in the community tab, on the YouTube channel and on Twitter and stuff like that. I'm doing a little not Eventbrite, but it's a little RSVP online thing, so I will put that in the description down below. If you're local and if you're interested and you want to go, I would love to see you there. It'll just be a quick little hangout after I do my talk, grab some coffee, chat, do that kind of thing. And if people can't make it, because I know it's kind of a weird time, it's going to be like 1 o'clock or 1:30 on Friday, middle of the day. I know that's not optimal for a lot of people, but if nobody can be there, then it won't happen. And I'll try again some other time. But I thought since I was going to be out and at this thing, it might be kind of cool to see if I can make that happen. But I'm letting you guys know about it. I'll be sharing that everywhere else after I get done with this. But that's it. I'm doing okay. Again, big thanks, and I really do appreciate all the well wishes and the advice and stuff. I'll be taking it to heart, and that's what I got going on right now. I hope you guys are doing well. And this might be kind of light, or I might post something from the conference. I might actually, maybe I can even pull one of my friends in, somebody else that's got a following, and share that with you guys. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a little thing like I did at the what was it? ClaimorCon, where I posted a little travel vlog thing. I don't know. We'll see. I'll share it in one way or another. Anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. I will catch you soon. Thanks. Later.